Red Daniel here, and today I don't want to waste any time because today we're looking at the Backrooms, which, in my opinion, is going to be the best horror film of the year.
No cap on God, bro.
You got?
Yeah.
Whoa!
To start things off, the story was really good. I feel like if it was any other person doing the script for this movie, then it would be doing as well as it is, mainly because Kane knows how to write a story, and in extension, what kind of story this film needed. To put it in simple terms, the film is primarily about two characters. Clark, a failed architect who now runs a furniture store, and Mary, his therapist, who's not a fan about letting things in the past go, especially not after her house was demolished to build a big tower. But anyways, Clark's whole character in this film is essentially that he can't accept when he's in the wrong. Not when he shows up to his house late at night drunk, not when he breaks stuff in his house by accident, and definitely not when his wife calls him out for these things. One day, he finds a crack in his wall that turns out to be an entrance to the... And Clark, being a failed architect, is pretty mesmerized by this place, even after he finds out there's something down here that may or may not be deadly. He eventually tells his therapist, Mary, who doesn't believe him and thinks he's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So he heads off with two of his workers, one of them a cameraman, to go explore the mysterious interdimensional gateway that just showed up out of nowhere that may or may not have horrors beyond human comprehension in them. It goes as well as you think it does. So then after that, the second half of the story is mainly about Mary, who, as stated before, has some troubles with her past and keeps a cement hand she did when she was younger. But anyways, while Clark himself isn't perfect, neither is Mary. Because honestly, she doesn't really help him that much. There's this thing at the first bit of the film where Mary and Clark do an exercise where they roleplay when he got kicked out of his house. And it is, in all honesty, pretty good at telling us a lot about these characters. While this is going to sound weird, Mary in particular reminds me a lot of Heather from Daredevil Born Again, in the sense that they both want to do good, but they are ultimately still stuck on the things of their past that they just can't let go. And in Mary's case, that stops her from just getting Clark to face the fact that he's always just been in denial for everything. He always just used excuses and insults whenever he was in a bad situation, which is the main reason he got kicked out of his house. And at the climax of the film, Mary learns to let go of her past and uses her hand rock to smash one of the Backrooms entity's faces in. But yeah, I thought that the characters were done really well. Moving on to the Backrooms itself, as always, it's awesome to see Kane Pixel's Backrooms. He just does it so well. He knows what's scary, he knows not to try and cram 100 different levels in there for the sake of the fans. He knows how not to add too much and yet add so much new and interesting ideas to the Backrooms. The idea that the Backrooms is this place that copies stuff from the real world, including people, whether as lifeless, fleshy portraits, or as these terrifying monsters.
It was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
One of the problems I will say I had for me was maybe one or two lines that just didn't feel right, and the async doesn't do much. Like, I'm not mad that they take more a back seat, but I do honestly wish we saw more of, like, their operation and whatnot. Because honestly, I think they're the first company in a horror/analog horror series that isn't just, haha, we're evil doing all this for money, you know, that kind of big company in fiction. Like, they are definitely shady, but they do also kind of mean well. But who knows, they might have a bigger role in the sequel. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Whoa!
In any other world, I would have seen this film being made by the same guys behind the Slender Man movie. I could see someone at Hollywood looking at this and greenlighting it just to make a quick buck and putting someone who knows nothing about the backrooms onto it. And honestly, I'm really glad that's not the case, because I couldn't see it making any money back. It would have been just another cash grab horror movie in the sea of thousands just like it. But luckily it was made by someone like Kane, who not only knew the backrooms, but how to write horror and what made the backrooms scary in the first place. And that's why all the backrooms hate is stupid, especially the people hating on it because it was made by a YouTuber. Which, when you think about it, is kind of dumb, considering how many fantastic short films and even feature-length films are on YouTube, made by YouTubers. Like, seriously, it's just so stupid to me. And you know the mainstream is pissed off when the New York Times is just straight up doxing the dude. But okay, I'm not gonna get into all that. My point is, Kane was the best choice for this movie. Plain and simple. There couldn't be literally anyone else in my opinion. The film's great. Like I said, I think this is going to be the best horror film of the year. And honestly, I'm really excited by what this could mean for YouTubers in Hollywood. But anyways, quick update for anyone wondering when my horror series is going to release. I have no idea. I'm in the midst of making all the props and getting the right equipment to do what I plan on doing, so I'm honestly not sure when I'm going to get it done. But hey, I'll probably make a progress update kind of video soon, so stay tuned for that. Also, I might try making some other short horror series, or make a channel for short horror series just to experiment. But yeah, anyways, see ya.
Recycle me cool original taste.